Yo, Hegassen here, and welcome to my One Piece anime review of episode 920. I'm catching up on the One Piece anime. This episode was a very charming episode. I wasn't really expecting a lot from this episode. I thought we were going to get a lot more of Luffy in Udon. We only got a little bit of that. Luffy and Raizo discussing how they're going to get the keys to Luffy's season and handcuffs. The majority of this episode was with the Wano Straw Hats minus Zoro, so with Frankie, Usopp and Robin, and with Sanji at Sanji's new Soba stand. And it was mostly them just hanging out and chatting. And you know what? I really enjoyed it. It's very rare that we actually get to see the Straw Hats now just kind of hanging out and talking. And it feels like it's been for ages. So it was really nice to see here. I really enjoyed it. I just love sitting there watching them chat. But it wasn't just them. They were also joined by a local girl called Toko. And that's Toko with an O. And she's not a man. She's a girl. In Japan, that would have been a very funny joke, but unfortunately over here you actually have to explain it. So her name is Toko, but you add an O onto the beginning of it, which a lot of the girls in like old Japan and here in Wano have. So you know you have Oturu, Okiku, Otoko, so you add the O onto the front, but unfortunately for Toko, that makes Otoko, which also translates as male. So you know she plays it as a little bit of a joke, and she's a very funny character, always laughing, always smiling. Even when her soba is knocked on the floor, she's still got a smile on her face. More on that later on. And we seem to be getting a lot of kids in Wano, and I think there's a good reason for this. You know, we had Otama, now we've got Otoko, and we also have Momonosuke as well. And I think the reason why we're getting characters like Otama and Otoko is to give us characters that we can be sympathetic towards and see who are, you know, they're completely unrelated to the history of Wano, but they are very much affected by what's going on in the current Wano, and it gets us to see the problems that there are in the current Wano, because you know you can look at it and think everything looks fine, but then I think with these kids, they're going to use these kids, especially what we've seen with Otama, that actually there are some very bad things going on in Orochi's Wano, and it is affecting these kids. So this is why I think that we're getting these characters. So we had Otama for Luffy, and now we're getting Otoko for this little group of characters, and it helps give our heroes characters outside of like Kinemon and Momonosuke and the core group. It helps give our heroes other characters and other reasons to fight and protect Wano. Speaking of fights, we didn't really get many fights. We got one tiny fight in this episode, and that was with a bunch of Yakuza people who tried to kick over Sanji's stool. But even though it was a short fight, it was a sweet fight, because it's always a cool fight when we get to see Sanji fight, kicking them in the face, and the animation was pretty good. Nice mid shots, not too many close-ups. We also see Frankie put a move in as well. It's been so long since we've seen Frankie in a fight, and that was really cool. And what was really cool was that he was using one of Senior Pink's moves. So you know he got a little bit of inspiration from his old enemy there that he gained a little bit of mutual respect for, and I really like that little carryover. The animation overall in this episode I found surprisingly good, even though like I say not a lot was going on. There were a lot of funny faces and stuff in this episode, and the episode just looked good, very bright, very colourful, and when it did get into the fight it was very smooth, very fluid. So yeah, really enjoyed this episode. Even though not a lot actually happened, I really enjoyed it. There a few little interesting things as well. We got to see Frank and Robin once again eating together, which was very good. And there was like an added bit of Usopp saying that he's met Otoko before, which wasn't in the manga from what I can remember. So wonder where that's going to go. Wonder if they're going to add like a little extra layer, a little bit of extra story in there with Usopp and Otoko. See where that goes. But yeah, overall, good episode, charming episode. I enjoyed it. Purple tear. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like. And if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!